Well, as officials make the push to return to the office, jobs that allow employees to work from home are in more demand than ever. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Corey Chambers, in for Aaron A.
And I'm Tamsin Fidel. Remote work models are growing in popularity, as you can imagine, partially due to the ongoing pandemic. But this option is not being offered for many employees, leaving people in search of those flexible schedules without a whole lot of choices now.
Yeah, joining us now to discuss options for folks who are searching for a job that works for them is Vicki Salemi, a career expert for employment search network Monster. Vicki, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Corey.
So, I'm curious because I know a lot of people now, like back in the day, the idea of working from home, it was something for like the 1% of the 1%, right? It was so foreign. Work from home, wow. Now it's obviously more common thanks to the pandemic, but I'm curious how many jobs are really offering it as an option?
Yeah, that's a great question. I just want to touch upon what you said. It used to be an exception to the rule, right? Even if your job wasn't in office, you would perhaps beg and plead to have that one day out of the year when the cable person came to your home, and that was the exception. Now it's becoming more of the norm, and we know at Monster that the majority of workers are saying they want to work from home. So back to your question, Corey, if it's a reality for your job, then great. But if not, we can talk about steps and how you can hopefully make that a reality.
So what are employers doing nowadays? Are they doing a bait and switch with job candidates by saying, yes, we offer remote work, but, when that's not really the case?
Not really seeing a bait and switch so much. At Monster, we're seeing transparency with job postings, saying employers are saying, this is the job, this is where it is. And we're seeing job seekers also being very transparent and upfront in their resumes and cover letters saying, this is what I'm seeking. Maybe it's hybrid or maybe it's remote, but both parties are being honest. I think the issue is that employers are struggling to get employees back in the office, and it's a job seekers market. So employees are basically saying, if they don't get what they necessarily want, they can most likely find a better opportunity with that flexibility somewhere else.
You mentioned it being a job seekers market. I know it hasn't always been that way, especially for college graduates. I know, I remember when I left college, my classmates were like, what are we going to do? Like, there's nothing out there for anybody, right? But now it's not the case. So what's the reality for college students, and should they be looking at work from home for them?
Yeah, what's interesting, Corey, is the majority of college students in our annual State of the Grad survey saying it's a deal breaker if they don't have a flexible or hybrid work arrangement. And also, it's an awesome time to be looking for a job. We know that today's jobs report dropped, and it's 372,000 new jobs were added in June. So it's a great time to be looking for a job, especially if you recently graduated.
So how do people with office jobs that are looking for more flexible options, because a lot of people approach their boss if they say, look, I want to work from home, I don't want to come into the office, or at least I want to do it a few days a week. How do you start that conversation? Yeah,
Tamsin, such a great question. You could do a few things. First, talk to your boss about your accomplishments and try to quantify as much as possible over the past few years, perhaps when the pandemic started and you were working from home. Talk about the productivity. Talk about your commuting costs as well. Maybe compromise. You can start off doing that, compromise, and then check in every 3 months from that. And also, if your boss comes back to you and says, no, we can't do this, you might want to start looking for other employers that do offer the remote work possibilities.
So kind of like, all right, you're saying no. Well, the guy over here says he'll help me out. So I mean, what are you gonna do, boss? Are you gonna let me go, or are you gonna try and make something work? Kind of one of those deals.
It is, and employers are struggling to retain people. So that's something that employers who are watching now, they could say, wait, this could be a retention strategy to have our happy, engaged workers stay with us. And I also want to mention Summer Fridays, because I feel like summer is going so fast. Before we know it, we'll be talking on Labor Day and the fall. So leverage your Summer Fridays, actually use them, and then perhaps use them as a talking point to tell your boss, look, I'm getting my work done the other 4 days. How about a 4-day work week in the fall, or maybe every other Friday off, and figure out what flexibility looks like to you. Maybe it's in the office, but maybe it's reduced hours. Maybe it's not commuting as much, hybrid. Figure out what works best for you and talk to your employer and have a dialogue, so it's not a monologue. Have an exchange of thoughts and hear where they're coming from as well.
I really feel like this is the first time you can negotiate those kind of things, though. I don't remember that. I mean, those were never up for discussion. I mean, work from home it wasn't a thing, right?
In the old days, you could wear jeans on Friday, and that was a big deal.
Right.
It's like, oh, well, you get to wear jeans.
To go to the office with jeans.
Jeans or khakis, maybe. No, I hear you. And now, job seekers and employees are in the driver's seat.
Oh, I love it. All right, that's great. Vicki, thanks so much. It's always good to have you. I'm sure we'll have you back on before Labor Day to talk about what's next.
Sounds great. Thanks.
See you soon.